you are changing lives, right? You're changing lives, guys, and you just got to, just deal with some people that aren't ready to take action right now, and that's okay.
You're an inspiration to our entire organization.
Welcome to the Gym Marketing Made Simple podcast. We're going to be talking the done for you marketing and sales strategies proven to work with boutique fitness gyms to increase quality lead flow and grow your revenue. Don't try to be a professional marketer and waste tons of money. Let the experts at Lasso do it for you. And now, here are your hosts, Blake Ruff and Sherman Merritt.
All right, guys, here we go. Another episode of Gym Marketing Made Simple. I'm Sherman, and today I am flying solo. So, of course, today we're going to talk about some fun things, going to have a little fun, but we're going to dive into sales and just a few things around it that we're seeing in the industry, and things that we think that we could really help you guys with take your marketing to the next level, right? Because one thing that we know is that you could have the best leads or the worst leads in the world, but if you don't know how to warm them up and let them see the service that you're providing could change their life, doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter how many leads you get in the door. So the conversion rate is uber important, and the conversion rate goes down to the salesman, salesperson that will be dealing with that person from the time they become a lead. Because contrary to what many may think, the sales process begins as soon as the lead jumps into your CRM, right? The sales process is starting, right? A lot of people just think like, well, I'm not getting any shots at sales because I can't get them in the door. Well, that is still a sales problem, right? Because a great salesperson can take someone from the CRM or, the cold call or wherever, get them in the door and sign them up, right? So it's really important that we dive into this today. And I believe where I want to start, guys, like I sort of want to start at the basics, right? I want to start at the foundation before we have any interaction with anyone. I want to talk about sales psychology, right? Because I know that sales success in micro gyms really hinges on understanding like the psychology behind why people buy and how you can work through the fears or concerns that they may have, right, to help them make the right decision for their health and fitness, right? It is not about obviously tricking people into buying something that they don't need, right? That's why when people tell me they don't like sales, I'm like, why? Like this isn't the thing where you're selling them something that you know is going to break down in 2 months after they use it. Like you're giving them health and fitness, something that if they join your gym, stay with you for a year, listen to what you tell them, do what you tell them to do, their life is going to be changing. If they decide to leave years down the road, a year down the road, they're going to take that fitness and stuff with them out into the real world every single day, right? So that's why it's really important to understand that when these people are coming in, even the ones that don't sign up, it's about building relationships, understanding their needs and desires, and then simply providing them with the solution to their problem, right? That's all that this sales thing really is. I know easier said than done. Having trained hundreds of coaches and owners literally across the world, I get it, right? I get it that it can be uncomfortable for some, but I just want to dive in today, especially on some of this psychology piece about, how we can help you guys just get a little more comfortable so that you can really help people. Because at the end of the day, I have no doubt most, I'm hesitant to say all, but most gyms, if someone joins your gym and really listens to you, you are going to change their life, right? Like you're going to help them get better and lose weight and gain muscle and longevity and all of that stuff, right? I've been around the industry too long. I've seen it thousands and thousands of times, right? So Let's start off with this because a lot of times, especially when I'm training gyms with all of their coaches, they'll inevitably be one coach in there is like, well, like I really want to help people. It's a little, you know, what's the word? It's a little hard for me. It's a little uncomfortable for me. So even though I want to help people, I hate the sales piece, right? Um, like, what if I hate sales? Well, I have some good news for you. You're not alone, right? Because many people say that they don't like doing the sales and stuff, and it's really because they haven't been trained properly, right? They don't have the right mindset around it, right? Because many people feel that salespeople are more interested in closing the deal than really helping them, right? And if you feel like someone's only looking out for them, not really looking out for you, that's a bad feeling for everyone, right? With me being in the sales industry, selling people almost every single day, you have to make sure that you are doing the right thing for the right reasons, right? Because if you are, it's all going to play out for you in the long run. There's nothing wrong. Here's the thing, guys. There's nothing wrong. If you sit down with someone, let's say you sit down with someone in a free consultation, and you just know that you can't help this person. You're like, there's no way. Tell them that, right? Just be honest with them. I can't tell you how many guys, like, we talk to people quite often at Lasso I talk to people that they're just not ready for whatever reasons. Maybe it's financially, maybe they're missing something. And I would say 8 times out of 10, when I tell the person, hey, I just don't think you'll be a good fit right now, for whatever reasons, let's check back in 8 months or so. Most people are like, man, thank you for that, right? Like, we're used to getting on these calls and hard close, hard sell. If you don't sign up now, your gym's going to be shut down in 12 months. Like, that's not what we do at Lasso, right? Because I know that when you're really genuine and you're really trying to help people, if I don't think that we can help someone at Lasso, I'm going to tell you, hey, I don't think we're the agency for you, and that builds trust long term. We've talked to plenty of people that at the time it wasn't right, and they come back years later. We've also turned people away, and they would send someone else to us, right? But you guys must know that everyone is selling something, right? Everyone is selling something, so you might as well learn how to sell, right? So if you hate sales, I'm going to give you guys a couple tips, right? Let's start off with number one. The first tip is you have to change your mindset, right? You're not just selling a membership, you're helping clients achieve their goals, right? When they reach their goals, they'll be satisfied with your product or service, right? It'll be easy, right? So the first thing is you have to change your mindset. Again, you are trying to help someone. That's all you're trying to do, right? I think the guys over at, Two Brain sort of said it best, right? Help first, right? If you really have the right mindset with this thing, everything's going to be fine. So if you hate sales, step one, you must change your mindset and realize that you're really trying to help people, right? And if you want to help people so much that you don't want them to make a bad decision, like, it will come across. People know genuine people. I think that one of the best sort of salesmen that and sales coaches I've been around is Rob, Robert that works with us, right? That owns All Fit Orlando. Man, he's so passionate about this. When you talk to him, he has me fired up. Like, I hear him talking to potential Lasso customers, or he's training someone, and he's so passionate about helping people with this sales thing. It's just contagious, right? Like, people know that, oh, man, this dude isn't bullcrapping me. He's genuinely trying to help me. And at times people still say, like, I like what you're saying, and that's okay, guys. Like, it's okay. So shout out to Robert Schwartz from All Fit Orlando for being a stand-up guy, great sales coach, great salesman. But that's really the thing, guys. You have to be passionate about helping people. So, like I said, I want to make sure I stay on track. If you hate sales, the first thing is you must change your mindset, right? You have to change your mindset. Two, you must embrace cold calling, right? Now, hear me out. When I first started my gym, it was 13, 14 years ago, I was in my garage. Like, there weren't a lot of, there was no CRM game and all of that stuff. I was starting from scratch. And believe it or not, I was just calling just like random people, right? I was like, oh yeah, like I know this person. Looked at my cell phone, just call them up. Hey Mary, this is Sherman. You remember we met? I open up a gym now. Looking for clients. Want to know if you're looking to get in shape. And that's the way it started. And I just kept that going throughout my entire gym ownership career. Right? These these people that you think you can help, reach out to them. Now, I'm not a big fan of flying in people's DMs and stuff that I don't know. But that works at times. Like, it definitely works. But if someone shows interest in your gym, any type of interest, they comment on something, they like something, reach out to them. Hey, saw that you like this post. How's it going? You know, I'm Sherman from Dynasty CrossFit, wondering if you're looking to get in shape. I saw you like that video. Saw you like that picture. Saw you make a comment. You know, your friend Mary goes here. She'd love to have you join. Like, how can we get you in for a free intro? No strings attached, right? Because a lot of times, a lot of these so-called quote unquote cold leads, they've actually already shown interest in your gym, right? So the calling piece is part of it, right? I know people like to say, well, why am I going to call them? Not going to answer. That's not your problem, right? You want to call them because you want them to understand that, okay, like, listen, the data shows it's going to take 8 to 10 touch points for someone to respond. So let's just say you call someone 10 times and it's going to take 8 to 10. So the first seven, they're just part of the job, right? They're just part of the job. You're just working. You're just doing work. Calls 1 through 7, I'm just reaching out. Hey, Sherman, this is Mike. Blah blah blah. Haven't heard from you. And as you start getting closer to those calls, 7, 8, 9, 10, this is the point where you're more likely to get a response a lot of times because this person now sees, oh, this person is serious. They're just not, you know. I start having fun with it. Hey, Mike, this is Sherman from Lasso again, buddy. Like, you show interest. Um, I'm starting to get a little offended now. I've called you 7 times. I'm not gonna give up on you, but give me a call back. At least tell me no. Don't leave me hanging. Gives me feelings of high school, buddy. Just give me a call back. Let me know. And that's it, guys. Right? You want to have a little fun with it, or just make sure that they know this is a real person. Because a lot of times, once someone knows that, like, you know their name, you're actually trying to get in contact with them. You know, most times when I leave that real, authentic voicemail, they're gonna call me back. They're gonna text me back. Sherman, I've just been busy. Let's set up a time to chat at least, right? Even if they don't join, I'm still gonna get the opportunity to talk with them because at the end of the day, I know that if they're not ready to join the gym right then, that's okay. Whenever they decide to make a decision, I want my gym or my company to be the only option that they have in mind, right? One of the first things you can do is collect the lead, right? Let's just say you collect the lead and you just throw them in whatever, and you don't reach out to them, you don't call them, and let's just say if it's January, you reach out to them, they're not ready yet for whatever reason, and then 3 months later they're ready. They don't hear from you. Then the gym down the street is running uh, Facebook ads, and they're like, I remember a while ago I reached out to that gym, but this gym right here, they're doing so. Okay, let me reach out to these guys, right? So a lot of this nurture process, which is why the CRM is so important. You want to stay top of mind, right? Because obviously this person has a problem that they're trying to get solved. So you want to make sure that you're standing in front of them, right? So it starts with the cold calling, you know. Uh, and the thing I like to say is a lot of times, guys, don't make it harder than it is. I always joke around, everyone has a iPhone, Android, or whatever. I see people texting and driving, calling, but when it's time to call some leads, that phone is like 10,000 pounds. Everyone has all of the excuses in the world, but it's okay, guys. Just get to work because the thing that's going to do It's going to allow you to sort of get into our next point. Point number three is like just face some rejection, guys. Take some no's, right? If you go into your day saying, "Hey, I'm gonna I'm gonna try to reach out to enough people where I hear no 10 times, right? 20 times, 50 times, whatever the number is." You're going in with that mindset. So when you hear no, it's not like the end of the world. A lot of times, people when they hear no, they act like this person has a personal vendetta against them. This is such a waste of time. And guys, just because someone tells you no today doesn't mean they're never going to join your gym or utilize your service or whatever. You have to you have to be okay with hearing the word no, because the more no's you get, the more yeses that you also get, right? Um, when I reach out to someone, if they tell me no, I'm not interested in lasso right now for whatever reason, that's not a personal rejection of me, right? It's just not the right time or is not the right offer for them. That's it. Okay, hey, if you're not ready right now, no problem, Mark. I'll follow up in a little while, buddy. Now, Mark will say okay, or he'll say no, don't ever contact me again. Perfect. I won't contact him again. Just that easy. But most people aren't like that, right? So you have to be okay with hearing the word no. That's not the end of the world. It's just part of the process if you're really trying to help people. Because remember, you need to get out of the way, right? Don't be so into your feelings. These aren't personal rejections. Again, this is just part of the process, guys. This is the part of the process. Here at Lasso, let's just say that, you know, we're getting you 75 leads per month, right? So let's just say you can convert 10% of those, right? Bare minimum. So that's about 8 new clients per month. But you're going to have to go through to get 8 new clients. You're going to have to go through about 60-ish client, 60-ish leads that some are going to tell you no, some of them are going to ignore you, right? And that sort of builds on itself, right? Because month one you got 75 leads, month two you got 75. So this is a constant sort of battle that new salesmen sort of deal with, because they're like, oh man, they told me no, so woe is me. Guys, that's just part of the process, right? It's just part of the process. Do not feel bad, right? Which that will, once you become stronger in your mindset, stronger in your goal of helping people, these rejections won't mean anything. It's just part of the process, guys. So, step one, change your mindset. Step two, embrace the cold calling, the cold reach out, whatever you want to call it. Three, face the rejections, guys. It's part of everyone gets rejected when you're selling. So, I don't care what you're selling, you're going to hear some no's. And that's part of the process. And four, you have to really take action, right? You got to get out of your comfort zone, guys. You have to get out of your comfort zone and really focus on helping other people, right? Here's the thing, I could get 10 no's in a row, right? No, leave me alone. No, I'm not interested. No, I don't like, your company. But when I get that first, when I get that yes from someone and they're excited to work with me, work with us, all those no's meant absolutely nothing. I don't even remember those, because now I know that I'm going to help someone reach their goals, right? I know it. I'm excited. Like I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in what I'm selling. So I know that if they get started, bam, it's gonna be perfect, right? It's gonna be perfect. So, guys, if you hate sales, 4 tips, right? One, change your mindset. Two, embrace cold calling. Three, understand you're gonna have to face some rejections. Four, take actions, right? Now, I know that a lot of times some of you guys have heard this, right? But I want to give you a few practical things that you can do, right? Um, First thing I want you to do, so I want you guys to write this down. The first thing I want you to do, I want you to identify your fears, right? I want you to identify your fears. And what I simply write down what scares you about sales, right? So that you can know, right? So that you can know what scares you, right? What fears do you have? The next thing I want you to do, I want you to create an action plan, right? Address each fear with a realistic solution. And if you need help, reach out to me. I'll help you. Sherman at lassoframework.com. Right? You don't have to be working with us. If you want help at sales, you're serious. You do these. You reach out to me and say, Sherman, I listened to that podcast. I read that book that you wrote, whatever it is. Um, Go from there, guys. So create an action plan, address each fear with a realistic solution, right? The next thing is practice consistently, right? You have to practice consistently, right? Work on every weakness that you have in your sales sort of bag. Work on it for at least, 4 to 8 weeks before you move on to the next thing, right? So if you're really struggling with um, dealing with, let me see, like I'm trying to think something that I really struggled with early on. Oh, for instance, right? When someone would tell me, well, I need to go home and think about it. So objection handling, right? If you really struggle with objection handling, you need to really dive into that so that when you get an objection, you basically write it down. What did you say? What did they say? What happened when you followed up with them? We know what happened. They're not coming in. They have all the excuses. But when you consistently practice on those things that you struggle with, you get better at them, right? Because now you start saying, man, I've heard this a lot of times. I've practiced this. So when that person says it, you sort of light up on the inside because you're like, I'm prepared for this, right? So you must practice consistently, right? And then this is the biggest one off of the list I could think, especially for new sales folks. You have to stay positive, right? Don't complain about the person. Don't complain about your close rate, especially in the beginning. Um, you have to stay positive because this is a long term game. I can't remember many of the no's that I've sort of ran into all over the years. You know, 13 years of owning the gym, years and years of helping coaches and owners get better at sales. Now, I've been told no probably millions of times, but I've also been told yes, you know, a lot of times as well. And I can remember a lot of those yeses because I had a lasting impact on their life. On the people that told me no, they never came in anyway. We never did business together. So it was just like, it just a no. So guys, stay positive, right? Don't complain. Don't like, you will get better, right? And again, there's nothing like when someone tells you, uh, I was, whatever, I was hesitant to get started, this and that, but thank you for staying with me. You've absolutely changed my life with tears in the eyes, right? That will just fire you up so much, and you'll be like, man, I should have been doing this a long, long time ago, right? I should have been doing this a long time ago. So it is very important that you understand, again, that you are changing lives, right? You're changing lives, guys, and you just have to, just deal with some people that aren't ready to take action right now, and that's okay. All right. So, because remember, improving your sales skills is about consistent effort and the right mindset, right? You have to keep practicing and constantly learning to become a successful salesperson. You have to keep practicing and you have to keep learning, guys. Um, don't let your initial fears hold you back from reaching your full potential because once you really become good at sales, become good at helping people, it is going to change your life and it's going to change clients' lives as well, right? It just is. It just is. And I really want to challenge you guys that listen to this. Reach out if you need help. Again, you don't have to be working with us. You shoot me an email, Sherman at lassoframework.com. You have some questions, guys, I'll get back to you because again, our gym community, we're fighting, like we're all fighting the same battle, right? No matter what we throw on the outside of our doors, whether it's CrossFit, F45, metabolic, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter because we're all trying to help people. And there's enough people out there for all of us to help, right? So we're not fighting each other. That's the reason I want to help you guys become great at sales, which is basically um, your outlet to change people's lives, right? Sales is sort of this part that you can't get out of because if you're not selling, right? I like to use this analogy. Let's just say that, someone's in my town. We're both in the same town. Like when I had my gym, you know, I hear a coach say, I don't like sales, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to deal with this. I used to be like, okay, if they come to my gym after they've left yours, they're definitely not leaving mine, right? Because I'm going to close them. Like I'm going to close them. I'm going to help them. I'm going to change their lives uh, because they're going to see, like, man, this dude is passionate. This dude believes in what he's doing. So the confidence that you guys will get from consistently practicing, consistently learning, all of that stuff, it just allows you to help more people, right? It broadens your circle of influence, guys. So I hope this helped you guys. I'm going to jump out of here. But again, what we really talked about, you know, sort of the mindset, the psychology around this thing. You have to change your mindset. You gotta have to embrace, cold calling, reaching out to people. You have to face rejections. That's part of it. You just have to consistently take action, right? You do those things, all of the practical steps, identifying your fears, creating an action plan, practice consistently, staying positive, all that stuff is going to take you to the next level, guys. So, as usual, tell a friend to tell a friend to tune in, and we will chat with you guys next week. All right.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to the Gym Marketing Made Simple podcast with Blake Ruff and Sherman Merricks. We hope you enjoyed. We believe marketing should increase revenue and not waste money. So book your free call today. Head on over to lassoframework.com. That's lassoframework.com and find the right words, get more customers, and increase your revenue. We'll see you here next time.